Hello guys, I am PowahForDays and I am here with Drizzypuffs.
What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about the Alchemist. This will be a beginner's tutorial for people who are just starting off, who start off with the Alchemist. Talk about the things that we like about the Alchemist and some of the things that we don't like.
That's right, let's go.
For her weapons, I personally enjoy using the hand cannon. You start off with the hand cannon. It does a decent amount of damage. It has 6 grenades ready in the clip, as well as 36 ammo, compared to the other weapons that she has.
For the Alchemist I like full bore cannon. It's like the slow weapon, the heavy duty weapon. It deals a lot of damage, 240, but it only has 5 shots, and I mean the reload time and fire rate is quite low. But I like it because it deals a lot of damage. So if you can just hit your shots, it's good.
So, like, would you say like the full bore cannon is like more for the high skill ceiling
Uh,
for
I,
players, or do you think like new players can easily get into it?
I think it's for the people that can hit their shots basically. But I think it's a good thing to practice with hand cannon, for example, because
Mm-hmm.
it is the starting weapon. It has one more ammo and
Yeah.
more ammo in the whole clip and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's better to practice with.
Yeah. So as long as like you hit every single one of your shots, which takes time, because her grenade launcher is a projectile weapon, which has a fallout rate. So it's not a hit scan. So it takes time for the grenade to actually impact the enemy. So if you want to utilize her full damage output, just make sure you directly shoot your enemies. And this is also great for crowd control, the full bore cannon, against the summoner's minions or the deceiver's shadow clones.
Yeah, and I mean here hand cannon and full bore cannon works because the minions from the summoner has I think 210 HP, and you do 210 damage. So with a
They
hand
have
cannon,
200. They have 200 health.
200 maybe. Yeah.
They have 200 health, so like immediately if you directly shoot one of the minions, you already can kill them,
Yeah.
potentially. So
So in that matter, hand cannon is actually better because it fires more quickly and has more ammo. Okay, so I like the light bomb as a primary ability. I don't like the others because like the light bomb does a lot of damage and can reach quite far, and it only has a CD or cooldown of 15 seconds.
yeah, I do agree with everything you say about the light bomb, especially the fact that the cooldown is 15 seconds. But when when you're a free-to-play player, you start off with the sunlight vial, which is also very good. I recommend only using it when a summoner or deceiver are sending out their minions or using their clones to help blind those minions. They will completely whiff you and your teammates, because like sometimes like the summoner can use the minions as a meat shield, and taking that away from the summoner can leave the summoner in a vulnerable position. The light bomb is a very good, like, it's very useful to escape 2v1s or 2v3 situations. If you're all by yourself, you can escape the enemies. Not 100% of the time, but majority of the times you'll have a better chance than with the light bomb, for example. So yeah, that, and like the if a sentinel is coming to kidnap you, you can just toss a light bomb really quickly, and the sentinel will most likely miss their attack.
So I like the firewall and the poison cloud. The firewall I like because, well, you put it down and it stays there. It like it makes a wall basically. And then the poison cloud I like because it's pretty much the same thing as the firewall, but it covers a bigger area.
Like a more circular area. Because like
Yeah,
the
more
firewall is
circular.
just like, yeah, it's just like a line that goes across that creates a wall. But the poison cloud is like a circular area providing more of a surface. Like a protective surface for you and your teammates.
Yeah, so we could say the poison cloud is the choking haze for humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's great because the great thing about Firewall and Poison Cloud is that you can toss it on the ground. Like, you can't stand on it, but your teammates can use it as sort of like a body armor or as an insurance. So that way, like, Reavers and Tyrants would be a little bit more scared to attack you because you're in that little bubble, that protective bubble.
Yes. Do you have anything else you like?
Yeah, me, like, I do like the majority of the Alchemist's active secondary abilities, but I personally like the Healing Mist. Not necessarily the problem, it makes sense, but like humans can't regen their health like the vampires can. So having the ability to heal some of your health and keeping you within the battlefield is, like, to me is very important. So that way you don't waste time relocating, looking for health, and leaving yourself vulnerable, like you're always on the ready. And especially if like a Reaver pounces at you and you can't get to your teammates on time, you can toss a Healing Mist and it will heal while you're losing health. So in hindsight, you're not really losing that much health to a Reaver or another enemy that's attacking you. It can provide like somewhat of a protective barrier for your team.
Yeah, in that situation, it is a delay, so your teammates can reach you in time, basically.
Exactly, and like time in this game, like every second counts.
Yes.
You know.
Everything.
Now for the talent section of the Alchemist, it really depends on what you personally like to use. But me personally, I like to use Expanded Clip and Disorienting Flash if I do happen to equip the Sunlight Vial. Expanded Clip is just you're gonna get one extra clip in your grenade launcher and 10% more ammo capacity for your hand cannons. I think just having more of a chance to deal more damage is very useful. And Disorienting Flash, when you blind a vampire, their melee damage is reduced to 50%. Again, like, I consider the Alchemist as a support class, so anything that just helps you and your teammates overall is a lot more useful to me than anything else.
Yeah, I agree about that. But like I like quick hands because it is basically the same thing as expanded clip, but you shoot some shots and then you reload quickly and keep on shooting, you know.
So you can still spam like your grenades and shoot and then reload, shoot and reload. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Or shoot two shots and reload. Yeah, just like make sure you always have ammo, and this will work.
Mm-hmm.
And it also makes the activation time for health stations 15% quicker. So that's a plus, I guess.
Yeah, that is pretty nice to have. Like, so that way, like we were talking about earlier, getting in battle and getting out of battle, you can go into the health station, heal up really quickly, and then just immediately be ready for the next attack. So that is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, and then I like this A flame. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm Swedish, okay?
I don't know how to pronounce it either. I'm English, but all right, yeah.
So yeah, at least it reduces ability cooldowns by 10%. It's like 1 second, 2 seconds maybe, but it makes
all the difference.
All the difference, yes.
Because like having less time, like every second counts again in Nosgoth, so just having that 1 extra second or maybe 1.5 extra second off of your cooldowns for your abilities can potentially save your teammates.
Yeah, I mean there's so many times I have like 1 second left on the light bomb and I'm like, why?
Yeah,
why?
Exactly. It's like especially like when I'm running away and I'm just spamming my Q button. I'm just like, come on, use it, use it, use it, and then I ended up dying. So yeah, having extra less time for your cooldowns is it can make a big difference.
Yes, it can. And now we're going to talk about the things we don't like in Alchemist. For example, I don't like the multi-cannon. Or, I like the multi-cannon, but still, I do not. It's quite strange. So the reason I don't like it is because it shoots 3 shots. It can be good for AoE damage, but the shot, the single shot only does 75 damage. So if you're trying to shoot on long distances, will only hit 1 shot and do 75 damage.
Yeah. I mean, like, the multi-cannon is good for crowd control because you will always have, like, somebody, like the Deceiver or the Summoner that would, again, summon the minions, and having that spread damage is good for crowd control. But most of the time, you will be... It's a situational weapon. It's just better if you just aim, pick out your enemies, single them out with one shot rather than spread damage. Out of all of the cannons of the of what the Alchemist has, I hate using the Vicious Cannon because it's a sticky grenade launcher that has a delay. So if you directly shoot your enemies and it sticks on the enemy that you shot at, they have a delay where they still have an opportunity to continually attacking you or your teammates, which will either reduce their health drastically or potentially kill them. So I think it's better to have the other cannons where they do immediate damage, and rather than like having a delay with it.
There is one primary ability I really hate. It's fun to use, but it is just bad. It's immolation. Well, you consume a potion that causes you to emit a powerful light wave after a few seconds, damaging all nearby vampires. Well, that sounds good, but well, you drink it, and after that you can't shoot, aka deal damage.
Can you sprint?
No, you can walk real slowly, and then you just stay for like 1 second or 1.5. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fly up into the air and do 500 damage to the vampires close to you. But it hardly ever works, and I think it's a lot better with Light Bomb. It has a lower cooldown. It doesn't damage you like immolation. 350 damage is enough. I mean, I don't have to do 500 damage and take 200 self damage and like wait 3.5 seconds and everything. It's just too much bad about it.
Yeah, there's a lot more cons than there are pros, and I mean, like, if you get really good with immolation, it will work, but the only time I can see it is like when you run away, turn a corner while your enemies are still chasing you, and then you secretly consume it or use it, immolation, and then you can blow up and do a lot of damage. But it's just like it takes a lot more time to use than just like Light Bomb, where you can just immediately toss it.
Yeah, and I think immolation will hardly never save you from dying, because you take damage and fly up into the air and explode. So I mean,
you leave yourself pretty much vulnerable most of the time.
Yeah.
And then you take damage. So
yeah, so I don't really like it. So there's one secondary ability I don't like. It's the flamethrower, because it doesn't work well, basically, for me at least. I have tried it out in some games, and like, you use it, you hardly ever hit any vampires because you're slow and you're like, you don't have that much range.
Mm-hmm.
It lasts 4 seconds and does a lot of damage if you can get close to the vampires and hit them. But otherwise, I don't think it's good.
Also,
Yeah.
like you can get like the flamethrower can get canceled out if you get pounced, or if a charger, or not a charge, a tyrant charges at you and knocks you down, or a sentinel can pick you up. It can get canceled, so you don't even get to use like the full benefits or the length of time of the flamethrower itself.
Yeah, and if it gets cancelled, it is going to be on a 20-second cooldown anyway, so it's not really that good. But there is a thing you can use with it that is good. If you like to use the sunlight vial, you can throw the sunlight vial and start your flamethrower, and then like maybe have it on them for 2 or 3 seconds, and then it's really good because it does 225 damage per second, and then damage over time, which is 210 damage. So it is both good and bad. And while you use the flamethrower, you can't shoot, which you can do with a firewall and poison cloud and stuff.
Yeah, it's nice to like throw your firewall or your poison cloud and still have the ability to move, dodge, and shoot your hand cannon, and not worry about trying to go up close and throwing. Like, you have to go out of your way to use the sunlight vial and then a flamethrower.
Yeah.
You already use 2 prime like abilities just to get like a kill, maybe potentially.
Yeah, and while you have like the light bomb and firewall, you can throw the firewall and stay behind it and shoot, and then throw the light bomb to finish off the enemy or whatever. So I don't like the flamethrower. It does not work with me or cooperate with me, basically. So for the beginners, I would recommend you buy light bomb first. It is very good. It deals a lot of damage. It only has a 15-second cooldown. I mean, it's just a good thing to have, and in my opinion, it's better than the sunlight vial. And then for the next thing you buy, I would recommend the full bore cannon, because when you have the light bomb, you well, if you want to deal a lot of damage, you should use the full bore cannon because it deals a lot of damage. That's I mean, that's basically it. Light bomb, full bore cannon, and then you go from there and develop your own playstyle.
And me personally, I do like the light bomb, but sunlight vial isn't that bad. But I like to play very supportive, so I would also recommend if you find yourself like playing as a supportive class or role, get the healing mist. Again, like, I think that having the ability to heal your teammates and spending less time looking for health stations is just objectively better. And I think the hand cannon is just fine, but I also agree that the full bore cannon, if you can hit all your shots, just get the full bore cannon, and you will be able to deal damage while being a supportive class.
Yeah, and I would recommend, while you have the hand cannon, try to like practice how the projectile flies and how you should hit the enemy the most effective way and stuff. It's good to practice it. Maybe not in a private match, but just think about it and try to do it as good as possible, I guess.
And also, like, when you're immediately like starting off, you already have the hand cannon. They both fly pretty much the same way. So if you're reluctant to use the full bore, just practice with the hand cannon. It's all the same projectile speed.
Yes.
Yep. Alright.
Right. Ending.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Drizzypuffs here, and I would like to thank you guys for, sticking around and watching this video. Hopefully it really helped you guys out. Also, thank you, PowahForDays, for being a part of the recording, and I had a lot of fun making this video with you. If you guys haven't checked out PowahForDays, I highly recommend go checking out his YouTube channel. I personally think he does a better job with his Nosgoth gameplays than I do. He also does montages of Nosgoth, so that will be something interesting for you guys if you are interested. Also, let me know what your favorite loadout is. Tell me why. And also, if there's something that you would like to add on to what we've already said, something that we haven't thought about, go ahead and comment and let me know, and potentially I will add it into the annotations in the video, so that way other people can see it, because this is meant to help new people or other people who are seeking a way to better themselves in Nosgoth. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. Peace and love.
Hey, I see you working it. I see you strutting down the street, you look important.